Remember the days when you can just freaking say, peace out, bro, out of my life, and you like break up with someone? This is 50 pages of paperwork to get out of a marriage. Like, we took your suitcase. Now we're getting to pack up. Last day at the Airbnb, and at least this one. And then I'm gonna go stay with some friends for about a week. So the other day I went and looked at a place to live full time. I'm supposed to hear from the guy this morning to see if I got it. You wanna go see it? All right, let's just check the email first. I can't, I'm like, if I don't get this, I don't know what to do with myself. I need to head down by 9:30. Huh? I don't know what that means, but he wants to give me a call. So, like, this is like literally just the cutest place, and I want it. Good morning, Jim. This is Deanna. Literally, I can't even believe it. So, as Dan and I are going through what we're going through, literally the day before the solstice, as the sun dies, we are going to, not to court, but it's the initial status conference of the dissolution of this marriage. I guess I haven't really gone much into detail of that, but that's what's going down. And I'm staying with some friends up until Friday, and then there's so many details I wish I could just share that are just so annoying to me, like twisting my life in certain ways.
Are you happy?
No, Mama's feeling a little sad.
I'm really happy.
No, I'm sad. It's okay to be sad. Dan and I literally went and finalized the divorce papers today, which was so,
Are you happy?
I want to say beautiful, but the process was not beautiful. But like the symbolism of it literally being a new moon today, new beginnings, a new journey, like all of that is really beautiful. But all of the in-betweens.
And you will go pee. I'm happy.
No, I'm sad, honey. But it's okay to be sad.
Pee.
I'll be happy again. I'm happy. I'm happy to have you.
I'm happy.
I'm happy to be with you.
I'm happy.
Oh, really appreciate you bringing all the stuff.
Oh, for sure. You were able to fit all the plants too? Is there anything left?
No, there's nothing left. It just became this bleh. So it's my first day actually waking up here, and I put out this fake fur and I'm sitting here with my cacao. I kid you not, guys. God, I feel like crying again. This is literally what I wanted. This is like exactly what I was envisioning. Having a big window like this that I could have my fur in front of, fake fur, and watch nature. Big trees specifically was what I wanted. Water nearby would be really great. I didn't specifically ask for it in front of me, but total upgrade. I just can't believe all the things that I've actually been able to manifest so fast. As soon as it was like cut separate ways, I wanted a car, wanted a new car because Dan kept our old car, and I wanted the specific one. So I went to one car salesman, whatever. He offered a price that was just way beyond what I was willing to pay, and so I let synchronicity unfold. I mean, I swear, guys, leave a comment if you actually want to hear them, but I like this level of synchronicities that operate in my life are just insanity. So to make a long one very short, a girlfriend of mine offered to get me a ride to like somewhere an hour away, and she was like, I'll pay for your Uber, and I was like, it's like $60-70 to get there. It's like, you know what, I'll just rent a car for you for a day, and then you have this car to like do whatever, because it's the same price as renting an Uber. And I'm like, if you're okay, like, you know, she's just fucking, Nikki, I fucking adore you. Okay, so I'm meeting my girlfriend at Whole Foods. And I am about to just freaking have a meltdown. Like I said, I haven't seen her probably closer to 4 years. And I don't even know what to do with myself. Girl! Oh my god. I love you. It's been fucking 4 years. I cannot believe this. This woman, okay, is like my heart, my soul. No, I'm filming. I just fucking love you so much. Oh, can you just stay here forever?
No.
Oh, my heart, my heart, my heart.
You were my first stop. Right to Deanna.
So I go to rent a car. The car that is the cheapest car that's for rent, that's closest to me, is the exact car that I actually wanted. I go to this dealership and I rent the car, and the day that I drop it off, I'm like, you know, I got Davina, things in the car, and I'm just like, it was the same guy that gave me the car once I showed up. And so anyway, this is Ed. He has been amazing in this, like, he was like this angel that just like swooped in the last person of the year. So I'm like, this might be like an odd question or a radical question or something like that. But would you mind dropping me off at home? Like, I live literally 1.5 miles away. He was like, yeah, of course, you know, car seat baby, he gets it. And we just like bonded over this, like, he just got a divorce like last year, he's got a son, you know, he just like, I understand. And so it was just epic. And then anyways, I was like, you know what, so what would this car cost if I were to lease it and whatever? And he literally just mentioned the price that I actually wanted it for. And I'm like, is this even real life? He got back to the office, he texted me and was like, this is what the details would be like and whatever. And I was like, sold, get me that car. And I swear, like, I was just like in bed texting with this guy, and he, like, all of a sudden, there's the car. Then I wanted this home in nature, and all of a sudden, here it is. Had my friend not rented or suggested that I rent this car, I wouldn't have met Ed that then would have sold me this, who just have been such a fucking sweetheart through this whole journey of support. Like, ended up being like a really good friend that just, yeah, Ed was an angel. I'm super stoked. I'm sitting here at home. It's Sunday, I can't get Wi-Fi today. And I'm waiting for my Amazon delivery, which is supposed to, wait. It's the 29th. It's gonna come on the 30th? Oh man, that means it's not even coming today. I'm like sitting here waiting because it's supposed to come today, but I'm like, wait a minute, she said the 30th, and that's my birthday. Okay, well, that means I don't have to sit here anymore. Okay, but one of the things that caught me and that I wanted to talk about is, for one, I'm really excited to be making vlogs again. There's so many little things in my life that I'm just so excited to share with you guys from a different place. And as some of you know and have seen, I'm at a different place. Not only physically, emotionally, mentally. This is the best place for this camera right now, whatever. Actually, a lot of you on Instagram and have been like, I've been with you guys from the beginning. And I'm like, do you realize that from the beginning is 7 years? Not only is it like my relationship has been 7 years, 7 years of my life, but you guys have been with me for 7 years too. That's a long freaking time. You know, even though this has been a really, really hard and good time, I think what I'm trying to say is that it feels so right. Like, even the divine synchronicities that have happened for both Dan and I in this whole process have been such affirmation that this is the right choice, the right step to make. Now, has it been hard? God, like, just fucking, I'm not gonna go into details, but I'm happy that I'm here by myself. That doesn't mean that it doesn't make me sad. And I think the hardest part for me is
it's such a contrast because it feels so right. I feel so aligned and so like on point. And at the same time, I just have this like, it just hurts because I feel like I tried for so long and I really wanted it to be something that it wasn't. And oh my God, that just makes me so sad. Like, I really wanted it to be something that it wasn't. And I was trying for so long to convince myself that it could be, and it couldn't. And I had to admit that to myself at one point, that it couldn't, and I had to choose me. And so that was straight up just childhood trauma playing out. And childhood trauma, when you're functioning in it, that looks really amazing and it can feel really amazing, but at some point, if you do the inner work, which I've been doing, you wake up to the fact that, oh my God, this was just childhood trauma. This is like no. And then you can't stay in that. You can't grow together unless the other person also grows out of their childhood trauma. And so it just became this bleh. When I get really sad, it's because I had to realize that I was missing something that I never had. But in my mind, I like to think, like a part of me wanted to think that I had it, and it's part of gaslighting, crazy making. Like, I was like, well, was it, did I? Like, and I kind of have to like get myself out of that. And yeah, if you saw the video that I posted on my Instagram with the caption of what, you know, a little bit of this process, I think looking at that video really made me, on that video, it looks like I have or had what I wanted. And that was the complete mind fuck. Like, as I watched that, I got so sad because it looks like I had it, but I know I didn't. Like I said, Dan and I were fighting so, like, it was so ugly, and I was like so frustrated. And then I look at the video and I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I'm so happy, and the love, and you know, it's like a good looking couple and love is in the air and whatever. And I'm like, but that was so far from reality. Like, I remember being able to like smile and laugh for little fragments because we kind of had to come together in that and do that. But I'm just like, how did I pull off that smile? How did I pull off those fake laughs in that moment? And I got so good at making things work. Like, I got so good at making the best of everything, even though it wasn't a situation that I wanted to be in. It wasn't a place that I wanted to go. It wasn't a place, like, not this shoot specifically. I wanted to do that, but all of the things in between, it was like, it wasn't what I wanted, but I found a way to enjoy it the best that I could. And that was kind of like a, you know, a gift and a curse at the same time, because I just got so good at it that but I had to stop and then ask myself, like, what would it look like if you weren't making the best of it, but if you actually, if it was the best, if it was what you wanted? And so that was the question that I got to ask myself. And I think what I was getting at was just that, looking at that video, and this is an encouragement. Sometimes when you look at other people's Instagram and their videos and their photos, oftentimes it takes that, like, waking up at 4 a.m. doing a 2-hour hike to get to that one spot, to get that one picture, and it looks amazing, like it was just a breeze and a walk in the park. But the effort that goes into some of those things are just like, that's not what people want to do. Living the lifestyle that I was living, bouncing around constantly, most people don't really want to do that the way that we were doing it. And yeah, so looking at this video is just such a trip for me, and just like another level of a wake-up call, but also like hitting my heart, allowing myself to grieve even more, because I looked at it and I saw something. I saw what I wanted to see. Like, I wanted to see that love, but it was never really there in the way that I wanted it. Like, was there love? Yeah. It was very different 7 years ago than what it became, and how we would navigate and what we would get from each other. Anyways, just to say that it was a mindfuck, and it's really just the memories, and like, because God, we have so many good memories, like so many good memories, so much life, so many adventures. Like I would never have wanted it any differently. Like it served a very specific purpose. I think it's just like what makes me really, really sad is obviously mourning what, just how ugly it got at the end. And I didn't even know how to communicate with that. And that, you know, just know that not everything on Instagram or social media is as it seems to be. And I feel like I really do my best to share as much as I can with you guys without, I don't want to hide anything, which is also why I couldn't vlog, because it would be too much of me like making it seem like it was something that it wasn't. So I just didn't know how to make videos about my daily life, because my daily life was not what I wanted it to be. And half the time I was not happy, and we were fighting, I was crying, and then the rest of the time I really made the best of it, because I got myself back up and I was excited about life, and I'm excited about where I am because I wanted to feel that, and so I created that for myself. But it was by no means the majority of the time, and the bad started to outweigh the good. And this has probably been the last couple of years, and you know, they say that it gets worse when you have a child, but I wouldn't say it gets worse. I think it just really illuminates the issues that were already there, like on steroids. And I started to realize that those issues were actually really, really big deals for me. And yeah. So I think that was enough for today's cry session. I'm gonna go to somewhere and return some items. Oh, I have food in the oven. I swear I have not been eating the past month. They say the divorce diet is the best diet in the world. I wouldn't call it best. It's definitely a diet. Definitely makes you shrink, but I do not recommend it. I think that really just goes for any kind of relationship diets. Isn't it amazing what we can do when our emotional state just takes over? It's all like, all of a sudden hunger just disappears. That just proves that it's all about the mind. It's all about the mind and our emotional state. And so sometimes we just distract ourselves with food, because in times like this, yesterday all I had all day for like 12 hours was 2 bananas. And it wasn't like I was starving. I just, you know, the day before, and literally all I had to eat was a donut and a like 4-ounce yogurt. Like, anyways, don't recommend it. And I'm really excited to be here and be grounded and steady and stable and have a routine and food, and things are gonna get better and happier from now on. Not that it has to be happier, because I don't want to bypass the sadness, but anyways, I don't know what I intended for this talk, but this is what happened. Sorry for my, no, not sorry. It's not in tears, it's a part of it. Love you guys.